Hi everyone, it's Andy from Hobby Headquarters, and today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at value gear products. These are the little boxes and tarps and bags and all that kind of stuff that you see in a lot of my model builds. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the quality of these. If you're looking for extras to add on to your armored vehicle, look no further than value gear. For the price, the quality is second to none. It's just incredible product. And what I'm going to be doing with you, I'm going to show you how to paint some of these up. And then what we're going to do is, this is an old Jeep kit that I had that I've actually broken parts of it. So rather than throwing it away, I'm going to show you how to rehab it using some of the value gear parts. And we're going to fix it up and make it better than it was before. Let's get started. As you can see on this model right here, something is spilled across the top here, and we've broken out the old jerry cans used to be back here, and the 50 cal mount is also broken. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of Value Gear's pre-made Jeep stowage pieces. You can see the piece right here. It's very nice, and it's just an actual drop-in. So once you figure out how it actually goes in here, just like that, it's going to drop right into place. It's designed to fit in the back of a Willys. What else we're going to do here is to cover up that 50 cal piece, we'll glue one of these little bags into place. Back over here to cover up the last little bit of where the jerry cans were, we'll glue that in there. We'll also put across the front here one more little tarp all rolled up. I'm also thinking of taking this piece right here, probably glue this into place. Looks like it'll fit really well right on the side there. And what I've done is I've taken the old jerry cans that I still have, I've sanded them down a little bit, and then we're going to take some plaster, small thin pieces. We're going to make a little bracket to hold those down in it. So let's get started on all of that. I've taped all the pieces down so they don't blow away because they are pretty light. And we're going to start off with a coat of NATO green. And we're going to paint some of the lower boxes and probably do a little bit of some of these tarps as well too. And then we'll do a little weathering after that. Now we're going to take a little XF59 and desert yellow and paint some of those parts. Now what we're going to do is we're going to glue the three jerry cans together, and I've taken some of the thin strap and kind of gotten the general shape to it, because we're going to actually glue this around to make the first part of the bracket that'll kind of go together like that. So the first thing we'll do is just putting in just the tiniest little bit of glue just to make sure that these stick together. Just a couple little dots, just to stick it together. We don't want any glue oozing out the side or anything. And then a touch on this one right here. Okay, now we're going to attach the strap, and the way we're going to do that too is just a couple little dots of super glue on this. Very small amount, just enough to get it so it's going to stick. And you're just going to start off by just placing it flat to begin with, and then we'll worry after this dries about wrapping it around, which I didn't want to have to move it, but I guess it'll be okay like this. So you want to pinch it down and just let that set up now. Don't worry about it. Let it dry for a few minutes, and we'll come back and do the next part. Okay, now we put a little glue on the back. We can put a little bit more on the back because it's not going to be seen at all. So we'll just wrap those parts around like that, and then we'll pinch it down, and hopefully that'll stay nice and tight. And we'll fix that, and now we'll do the bottom in a second here. Now we're going to make some little straps out of some of the excess rope that some of those kits come with. So what we're going to do here is just put a tiny little drop of super glue on that, and then we're going to let that rest, just the end. And I've also glued the very tips of each one of these ropes too, so they don't come unraveled. And we're just going to let that dry just like that. Next one, go down the line here. Oops. And then the last run. And let's let that dry, and then we'll weave that through the top of the canisters, acting as a strap. Now we're going to do a little dry brushing on the little NATO black on the jerry cans, some of the straps to get some scratches on it. This will give it the look that it's been used quite a bit. We're also going to go over, since we repainted part of the body, give a few more little scratches to the bumper, the front of the hood. Really make it look like it's been used quite a bit. And just by using a little NATO black, you can see how it starts to hit the high edges, starts to put some scratches. And after we do that, now you'll notice that everything looks really stark, all the different colors of the bags and things like that. What we're going to do now is we're going to put the dust coat on, and that is going to blend a lot of the little subtle color variations, all blend right together, and then we'll put our dust coats and some of our other washes on after that. So let's get started on that. Now we're going to take Tamiya XF57 buff, and we're going to just lightly mist the entire thing. In fact, you won't even see the airbrush off camera because I'm about 10 to 12 inches away from it. And we're just going to lightly mist over the entire thing. And you should start to see how all the colors start to blend together and start to get that dust coat on it to make it look like it's been out in North Africa. Some of the dry brushing starts to fade away a little bit so it's not so harsh. And don't worry about if you make any mistakes and you think something's a little bit done too much, you can always go back and put the other color back on. A little bit more on this side. It's just amazing how the buff coat just blends everything together. Now let's do a little bit more with some dust, some Vallejo pigments. Now we're going to use a little Vallejo pigments, they're desert dust, and just applying a little bit on the end of the brush like this. We're going to start off like down here to kind of get a feel how it's going to work, and then gradually start working up the side. Put a little bit onto the backpack and really kind of blend it in to give everything that look that it's been out there for a long time. You can see you start to push it into all the little nooks and crannies. And just give it a liberal coat over the entire model. Hello, how you doing? The only other thing I did after I blended in the dust is I took my NATO black and then with the small amount on the brush, just dry brushed a little bit around the wheels. What that's going to do is, if you see right in through here, you can see that there's dust still inside the tread, but the outer edge has a little bit more definition, so it just doesn't blend all together. And if you want to, you could dry brush a little bit more, get some of the scratches to pop a little bit more. I think it looked good just the way it was. So there you have it. With if you have an old model, don't just throw it out. Really look at it and see if there's something you can work on. And old models are also a good test bed for working on other things. So with a little bit of value gear product and actually only about 2 hours of time, you can turn it into a nice little model. Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned because we have more videos coming. Don't forget to check out Value Gear's website. They have lots and lots of detail kits from 72nd, 48th, 35th, all the way up to 16 scale. All kinds of things for Axis vehicles, Allied vehicles, you name it, they have it. Thanks for watching.